So we're continuing eastbound to the El Paso del Norte port of entry. Right now for the El Paso sector, this is going to be the busiest area that we have. We patrol all along the U.S.-Mexico border to include those areas where usually are very remote. The big fence, it went up in 2008 due to the Secure Fence Act of 2006. So before that, all we had was a 5-strand barbed wire fence. That was all. That was everything that was separating the U.S. and Mexico.
Fences, barriers, walls work. It's a deterrent. It gives us time to get to that area to apprehend the people who are trying to come in.
On Memorial Day itself, we had over 2,200 apprehensions. Over 1,800 of those were here in the El Paso metropolitan area. It's completely changed. Before, we were out in the desert, we were hiding, we were arresting people who did not want to be apprehended. Now we have people just coming to us.
No cruzan, está muy peligroso. No cruzan. Not even a little bit.
Apprehending 18?
Fronteriza, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están todos?
¿A dónde vas, señor? Alto, aquí. Alto.
Alto, alto, alto. Venga, señora. Señora. Señora, señora. 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 ¿A dónde vas? Señora. ¿Qué? Mire, ¿sí entiende? Lady, over here, please. Over here. ¿Habla español?
U.S. government has a deterrence model of how to handle the flow of asylum seekers from northern Central America. The conditions that they're leaving are complex but quite bad. They oftentimes are, relatively close to illiterate populations from working class and peasant backgrounds in very, very poor countries, representing themselves, sometimes children representing themselves in immigration courts. The ones who are coming from Guatemala, a significant proportion of them are indigenous, so Spanish is a second language, let alone, being able to understand what's going on in English.
Muy bien, o más. Now we are providing a lot of non-border security duties, hospital duties, providing formula, providing diapers, having to change diapers. We have to do cleaning bottles.
The Border Patrol is facing an enormous wave of numbers of people here and in South Texas, to a lesser extent other parts of the border. But the Border Patrol also has had its head in the sand since the end of last year, really since 2014.
In what sense?
In the sense of not building facilities, not investing in relocating personnel, not investing in medical care, in adequate housing, short-term housing for the people who are coming through, not investing in facilities for children, for family groups. And the Inspector General said that there are 750 to 900 people in the El Paso Processing Center, in a processing center that was built with a capacity of 150. I would have to check, or 125. So this just literally came out and is within the government, documented by government inspectors, and they are unscathingly critical of the Border Patrol for having failed in its planning and its management.
Well, we're seeing What I can only assume are Central American families with agents. They're giving a wristband, so when we put that wristband on their wrist, we know when they came in, how long they've been in their custody, and so forth.
What happens to people if they are released is that they get into a system that takes 2 or 3 years to adjudicate their cases. Behind all of this misery making at the border is a failing process for actually giving people asylum or judging that they shouldn't get asylum. And then we could have a useful and important discussion as to what should be the criteria for people getting asylum. The Trump administration has reprogrammed $8 billion, even though it's not authorized by Congress, for construction of the border wall. Billions of dollars, $8 billion. That's money that could be building more humane holding cells.